Imagine you've been out of work for months. You've been diligently sending out applications, and in the meantime, government assistance programs are the only thing keeping you afloat. Those benefits are doing exactly what they're supposed to do, keeping a roof over your head, the lights on, and food in the fridge. Finally, you get the call. You're hired. A few weeks later, you get to rip open an envelope and pull that first piece of paper out. Things are looking up. But then you run the numbers. Your new starting salary puts you just over the income limit for your benefit programs. The moment you start earning, that government assistance disappears. To make matters worse, going to the office isn't free. You now have to pay for a daily commute and hire someone to watch your kids while you work. Look at this balance sheet. When you subtract the lost benefits and add the new expenses, the math is punishing. You actually have less money in your pocket now than when you were unemployed. Economists call this the welfare trap. It is a harsh irony where the exact policies built to help people escape poverty end up creating the walls that lock them inside it. For centuries, societies have tried to help their poorest citizens. Before the 20th century, religious groups and private charities mostly took on the task of keeping people fed and sheltered. Today, modern societies rely on welfare programs. These take the form of structured, government-provided subsidies for housing, food, energy, and essential healthcare. Most of these modern programs rely on a mechanism called means testing. This is a strict rule stating that only citizens who fall below a specific income threshold are eligible to receive the benefits. The design logic here makes sense. Governments have limited resources, and means testing is an engineering choice designed to guarantee that tax dollars go exclusively to the people who mathematically need them the most. But by strictly prioritizing economic efficiency, policymakers created a mechanical failure point right at the exact boundary line of qualification. This chart shows how that failure happens. Earning a single dollar over the limit triggers an immediate loss of your subsidies, what economists call the welfare cliff. And people hit this cutoff long before earning enough to achieve true self-sufficiency. Economic models assume humans are rational actors who weigh costs and benefits to leave themselves better off. Looking at this math, if a job yields a net negative return, the logical choice is to stay below the threshold and remain on assistance. When a system forces people to turn down work to survive, the effects ripple outward. Fewer people take on new jobs, businesses struggle to hire, and the broader economy slows down. When a safety net is engineered with a hard ceiling rather than a supportive floor, it forces people into a holding pattern, where the logical choice is to avoid the very employment that could lead to financial mobility. To fix this, governments try gradually phasing out benefits as income rises, rather than cutting them off at once. A slope is safer, but it still acts as a penalty. Every extra dollar earned reduces the benefit, shrinking the financial incentive to work. Other countries bypass means testing entirely for certain needs. They provide benefits like education or medical care equally to all citizens, regardless of their wealth. One proposed solution takes this idea to its logical conclusion: universal basic income. This is a fixed cash benefit provided to every member of society, with zero employment stipulations attached. Look at how this changes the math. Because there is no qualification threshold, any wages you earn cleanly stack on top of the benefit. The welfare trap is entirely removed. Economists have debated this idea for centuries, but for now, universal basic income remains largely hypothetical. Local experiments exist, but we haven't seen it tested across an entire nation. Solving the welfare trap requires a shift in the underlying math. Only by creating a system where every dollar earned is a genuine step forward can we ensure that a job remains an escape from poverty rather than a different kind of trap.